Oh my God, Dave! We were just in that one street food place, and now we're in some kind of restaurant. What the hell's going on? Oh shit. Anyway, Dave, do you mind if we continue the interview we were doing earlier?
Yeah, let's do it.
You like to push now that you're like into this nomadic lifestyle. I mean, do you ever see? Like, first off, can you explain to my viewers what is the nomadic lifestyle briefly?
Nomadic lifestyle would mean that you don't have a established place of residency. So I don't have like a place in America that I live. I don't really live anywhere. It's basically like you're homeless but with money. So
right.
imagine if you're homeless. Imagine if you're homeless. What would you do? You just like live in hotels and like roam around and like that's basically what nomadic is. You don't have an established place. So like I don't have a car. I don't have a home. Like I have an address, but it's just my mom's house.
When you first started your YouTube channel, were you already a digital nomad or whatever,
No.
or did you? Like, how did you get into it?
For that, yeah. So I actually worked as an IT guy at a carrot factory, and I wasn't making any money for my YouTube channel. It was just for fun. And when I was working at this carrot factory, eventually they gave me night shift, and night shift was very dark and very lonely, and you're just with your thoughts.
Yeah,
and
I'd
you're
love that.
alone.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're alone in this cubicle in this office, and it is fun. Like you get privacy. Like I could like scream and like no one would know.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Yeah, but the thing is, eventually you just start thinking about life, and I was like, you know what, man, I need to make something. And I only had 4,000, like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? What if I could sell them something where like, even if I got like 10% of them to buy it, it still would be something, you know? So I launched a guide. It was, I made a digital product, and I tried to sell it, and people started buying it, and I got really motivated. I eventually saved money and quit my job, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to do this.
Yeah.
And it basically was like, at the time I only had like 20,000 subscribers or 25,000 and I said, I'm just gonna try. And so I had money saved up, and I was traveling, and I was like, now I was actually putting a lot of effort in my videos, like trying to make them really good and fun and interesting, and it started working. And 1 year turned into 2, and this is my third or fourth year living fully off of my YouTube channel and my digital products. So yeah, so I guess that's how I started.
Okay, what's a quick bit of advice that you would give for anybody who wants to get into living the way that you do? And if you have a product that has that, I don't know if he does, but if you have a product that is like how to start your digital nomad journey, then plug it. Feel free to plug.
Well, my travel toolkit is one of the digital products that I make, which is basically, if someone it's actually really similar to what you just said. My travel toolkit is basically a toolkit for someone who they want to experience traveling long term. Now, it's not like how to make money. It's more like, what do you need to know if most people travel for like a week or 2 weeks?
Yeah.
What would you actually need to do or know to travel for 3 months or 6 months? An example is, a lot of people, when they go to foreign countries, they get a SIM card. Well, now their bank, when it texts them a verification code, it goes to their old phone number.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
A lot of people don't realize that if you travel in a foreign country for a long time, you need to figure out a way to handle that texting problem. One of them is Google Voice provides digital phone numbers that act like email. So let's say you change your phone number in your bank to your Google Voice phone number. So now when it texts you, you actually just get an email with the code. That way you don't need a phone to verify things. Like, it's packed with tips like that. How to avoid ATM fees.
It's surprising the lack of fucking due diligence people do.
Yeah, it's basically like if you were my best friend. It's actually, that's how the product began. Is my friend was like, yo, dude, I'm quitting my job. I have some money in the bank. I want to travel. What do I need to know?
And you just like wrote down everything, and you're like, wait, I could sell this afterwards.
Yeah. And well, he was like, dude, this is a lot of really information. I never would have thought of this. Oh my god. Here's a really good example. I advocate booking one-way tickets only. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I agree. Tell them why.
The reason is, often you don't know how much you're gonna like or dislike the place you're going. A lot of people, they go, oh man, I'm gonna go to this place for 2 months, and they find out, oh, it's raining, or it's freezing, or it sucks, and you hate it. And then what are you gonna do? Just sit there hating your life because you booked a round trip and you have to stay on schedule? On the flip side, what if you go somewhere and you love it?
But don't do that to Japan though. You can't go here one-way ticket.
You can, and here's what. This is the My Travel Toolkit tip.
Okay.
There's services out there. They're called onward ticket services. You pay $9, and it will generate. It will buy a ticket in your name that auto refunds within 24 hours. So
when you're coming into the country,
yeah, exactly. So like, let's say I wanted to go to Japan one way.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, oh sir, where's your ticket out? You just go to onward ticket, you pay $9, put in your name, and
that's so smart.
And so then what it will do is you say all it asks you is your name,
yeah,
what country you want to say you're leaving, and what approximate date. So I could say Japan 2 weeks, David Bond, and then it will. We did this for Hong Kong. So then on their end, they buy a ticket in your name that's real, but it auto refunds within like 24 hours. So that way you can go to all these countries that require you to show proof of exit without really proof of exit.
Oh my god, I had no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a subscriber of mine get turned away at the airport. He had to go home.
Dude, this is happening. Because people have missed flights. People have had their whole trip just fucked because they didn't. Imagine you're at the airport. They're like, "Sir, where's your exit ticket? We can't let you on the plane unless you have it." And you're like, and you're like, it's horrible. But go onward ticket, bam, $9, and then you're like, "Oh, here's my ticket." Here's another travel hack. And my let's say you want to expedite your passport. Okay. A lot of passport agencies or whatever, they won't take your expedite seriously unless you have proof of travel.
Yeah.
You can just buy a fake.
Hey, yeah.
So like the LAX passport, they won't let you expedite your passport unless you have proof of travel. No, I don't want to book my flight to some random place. Let me book a $500 flight to Vietnam just to expedite my stupid passport.
Yeah.
I just go to onward ticket and just buy a random, and I go, no, listen, I already, where's my flight? And they're like, oh wow, you're leaving in like 3 days, dude. I got my passport made in a single day, faking urgency.
Wow.
I went to the passport agency and I had an appointment, and they're like, all right, just come back in a couple days, and because that's what the expedited is. I go, actually, I know this is crazy, but I'm actually flying out really soon. I'm willing to like sleep outside of this passport agency to get it as fast as possible. And the lady's like, sir, let me make a call. Let me do this. A couple hours ago.
Yeah, guys, that's the thing. It's like you always under promise and over deliver. That's how every service works. So, like, that's the thing. Like, because it's way better to look like you got something done quickly, ahead of time versus like being late. So that's why it's like if it's gonna take you 30 minutes to do, always take 3 hours or something. That way, if you get it done in 10, they're like, holy shit, wow, that. Like when I got my key copy, same thing. The guy's like 30 minutes. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stay here and play on my phone then. Yeah. And then he got done in 10 minutes. I was like, you motherfucker, this takes 10 minutes. Yeah. Like, that's good.
But My Travel Toolkit, that's what it is. It's full of cool tips like that.
So Dave, I got into pickup artist stuff because I was getting laid on occasion, and like I didn't know how. Sure. I was just like, it just happened, and like I wanted to make it more of a regular thing, and when I tried to make it more of a regular thing, I would get shot down a lot. So then I met this coworker, and he basically taught me about the book The Game, and then after reading The Game, I read Mystery's book, and then I read Double Your Dating by David D'Angelo, and it just opened up this whole world for me. And I've never really done the real, I know that Tyler Durden from the book The Game has his own company called Real Social Dynamics, but I'm just curious, like, were you into this stuff before you quit your job and you went to Asia, or were you, how did you get into this stuff? Because I've never seen you actually talk about it in one of your videos.
Before the Carrot Factory, I worked at a hospital, and during my lunch break, I'd watch YouTube videos. And eventually I found, pranks were really popular at the time. And some of these pranks included, like, picking up girls. Like, picking up girls dressed as Pikachu. And, you know how the way that YouTube works is you watch one video, and all of a sudden it recommends videos that are similar. Well, suddenly, I was watching videos on pranking and all this, and one of them was picking up a girl, and then eventually I got to real
Pick up
picking up a
artists,
girl,
yeah.
like guys who weren't kidding. And then I was like, this is really crazy. Like I've never watched like a man meet a woman like this. Like ever. Because as men, we only know what, you know, like you don't know what it looks like to like pee as anyone else but you.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I'm like watching this video and I'm like, whoa. So one thing led to another, and I started watching RSD videos, and they were really interesting, and they were perfect for lunch, because you know you're just like, oh cool, let me just put my earplugs in and just eat, and eventually, man, some of the things he was saying started really like they started like marinating in my mind.
Yeah.
And he also talked about like taking action on your life and like actualizing your dreams
Yep.
and all that stuff. And I started thinking like, fuck, like why am I even, like I started questioning my life, and all of this led to me breaking up with my girlfriend of 6 years and losing weight. And I remember when I was single, I was like, oh my God, I could try that pickup stuff. So
I can finally try.
yeah, and I tried. I went to Starbucks, and all I did was creep girls out. It was so cringe. But-
Everything, guys, growth equals cringe.
Yeah,
by the
no,
way.
yeah, basically anything. And so eventually I hit up my friend Rob, and I was like, dude, I want to try this. Like, I want to try this, like, in LA. And so we went and we tried, and it was horrible, it was miserable, it was cringe.
Yeah.
But then we found out that the guy had a seminar in LA. The same guy that I was
shit.
watching. Yeah. So I was like, dude, we should go. So that weekend, I remember this weekend. This weekend literally was the pivot that changed me forever. And it all started with me winning money at poker, because if I didn't win, basically I had won $500 in a poker game.
Yeah.
So I went to the seminar and I was like, oh, this is crazy. He tried to sell me on a product. He's like, yo, we have a hot seat. I'm like, what's the hot seat? He's like, you know the videos on YouTube? That's nothing. We'll show you, literally you'll be in a room for 12 hours straight. We're going to show you the raw shit. The stuff we can't put on YouTube. Us failing, us winning, everything. And I remember raising my hands. I was like, do you guys have rejections? Because I was skeptical. I was like, oh, these guys are full of shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, if they have rejections on videos, like that's kind of weird. Why would they pay girls to approve? And so they're like, oh, dude, we have a whole folder.
Wow.
I was like, how long is it? He's like, 12 hours. How much is it? $300? And I had just won 500. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. Whatever. And I went.
Yeah.
Dude, that 12 hours was so insane to me. They take away your phone. So you're literally just sitting, watching them, and they're pausing it, breaking down, zooming in, they're doing all this crazy shit.
Oh, wow.
And some of the stuff they showed me was so, I don't know, man, I could not stop thinking about it. Now, maybe now if I watched it, I wouldn't think it was that amazing. But I just became obsessed. And then basically after that, I would go to LA every weekend just to pick up girls. And then the next big moment, again, a lot of creeping girls out, a lot of rejections, but it was fine. Then I met Nancy, 19-year-old, really cute, nice body, and she liked me. I approached her. At the time, I had this stupid gimmick where I had a fake ID that I made. It's just a piece of paper, but it was like, I'd open my wallet and it would show like a California ID, but I put like a black guy. and I would stop girls and be like, yo, quick question. I just got my ID renewed, and people say it doesn't look like me. What do you think?
Yeah.
And it was like this black dude. He's like, it was so dumb, but girls would laugh.
I love that.
And then I would say, hey, I'm actually just kidding. I just thought you were cute. I
didn't know what else to say.
Yeah,
oh, that's even the best part.
And they're like, oh, that's funny, and like, it starts things. And so I did to her. She laughed, and then I started flirting with her, and I said, hey, I gotta go, but you know, you're cute. Maybe we should hang out or something. And I got her number, and we went to a hookah bar. We made out, and then everything started happening. And I remember the first time I slept with a girl doing this.
Yeah.
I remember looking at her, and I was like,
this works.
I literally manifested your presence by stupid things I learned from YouTube. Like, it was such a crazy, and so I just that was it. Basically, that's kind of how I got into it. So basically, I was this computer guy that just accidentally went down a rabbit hole of YouTube, and one video led to another, and I mean, I got really lucky at the beginning, and I don't know. I mean, that was it. You understand though that I had never been to a club or bar. Like I was 20. The first time I ever went to a bar was 26.
Oh wow!
So I was really like socially retarded. So like I had never gone to a party. The only party I ever went to was a LAN party.
Do you? Oh yeah, dude. I love. Dude, fuck yeah, LAN parties.
Oh, LAN parties are the greatest.
Dude, fuck yeah. Anybody who like, if you guys like comment right now if you don't even know what a fucking LAN party is, and if you are there, I will smack the shit out of you. We've talked about who you are. We've talked about your thoughts on pickup artist shit. We talked about why you like Asia. So like, I guess let's address the thing in the room for all the people that already know who you are online and everything. Let's talk about your outrage marketing. Let's talk about how you deal with haters. Why don't we deal with that? Because you're very like
Triggering.
Well, you're very triggering, but what is it? You're like people like you've done something that I haven't seen many YouTubers do and get away with, which is like you're using the power of haters on the internet to like basically get you more popular. You're like the Triple H of YouTube, pretty much.
The Triple H? What
Yeah,
does that mean?
Triple H from wrestling, you know?
Oh, okay.
On WWF when he was getting I forgot, it was a
Triple
movie.
H.
It was like a movie behind the scenes of pro wrestling where Triple H was basically like you know, you can't be a heel without enjoying the hate. And so it's I actually get off on it because it's like if I'm getting a lot of hate, that means I'm doing it right. So it's like, Dave, like first off, why do you think you get so much hate?
Why do I think
Yeah,
it's
from the horse's mouth, why do you think you get so much hate? Is it because you're Jewish? No, you're black. That's why.
No, I mean, I don't think I get as much hate as I used to, but you know
Why
what?
do you think you got hate then? I guess.
Well, back in the day, partly is because I was provoking it. Like the thing is, the way that people perceive things is they just kind of see it on its face value, and they're like, this gets me mad. This gets me mad, but they don't see like there's actually like a lot of depth to that. So like, consider the fact that that little bird. Every country has certain cultural narratives, right?
Yeah.
So one of the narratives in the United States is, you know, black cops cops are shooting black guys, right?
Yeah.
That's like a narrative, right? And so when something fits the narrative, it tends to blow up. Because like there's a lot of people who they acknowledge that this might be an issue, so anything that confirms that is like explosive, right? Another example of like a kind of a triggering narrative is maybe guns, like school shootings, right? So there's different
So it's like polarizing, pretty much.
Where basically the moment that it happens. So for example, in the States, there's thousands of examples of school shootings or intruders, like bad things being prevented with guns.
Yeah.
But you never see like breaking news. Some guy protected his home with a gun. But like if the guy had a gun,
Something negative happens.
Yeah. So in the same way that there's narratives like that in the States, like there's narratives like that in Asia and different countries.
Yeah.
And a huge, big, juicy, dripping narrative in specific countries like Taiwan or Hong Kong or like Indonesia is that foreigners are
stealing the
bad.
women.
Yes, foreigners have a bad influence on the country. They're sexual deviants. They're corrupting the youth. Like that is a popular narrative. So if you can essentially tap into that, you can get a lot of people to talk about you really quickly.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the way I discovered this was I had a video, the guy steals girl from Chinese guy video. And when it first happened, I was like, oh man, I want to set the record straight. I want to tell the media the truth.
Yeah.
They didn't care. They only cared about this.
I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you recorded that, right? You recorded your interview with the guys and you even emailed them. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so basically, like, they asked me a bunch of questions. I gave them all these really great answers that were, like, trying to, like, explain that things were not as bad. And the only information they put in the article was like my comment about KY jelly and like my sexual stories. And I was like, why did you ask me all this? And I realized the narrative was white man bad, white man do bad things to local women. That's the narrative. So anything I said that wasn't in there, they're like, that's not gonna.
It doesn't fit our shit.
It doesn't work. Like, we need people to get pissed, so they share the article and link and comment. So anything that and so I was like, so what I started to do is I would search this Chinese characters that they were using for me, which was like white sausage. That was like literally they kept referring to me as white sausage, which was Hong Kong.
To be fair, that's what I think of when I see.
Yeah, which I guess was it's like a slang term for like white guy who's a douchebag. Okay, because like white dick.
Yeah, white soul.
And so I looked up the characters for white dick, and then I found there were other articles about white guys doing bad things in the past that weren't me.
So you thought, like, if they're gonna fuck with you anyway, why not capitalize on it?
Yeah, so you see this trend, you're like, oh my god, it's like a guitar string. You're like, okay, there's 6 strings. As long as you touch this one the right way, it'll go wow, wow, wow.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I was like, what if I did this again on purpose, but I somehow put a price, like I had sold something. So one of the things that one of the huge narrative in Asia is like these white men, they're filming sex. And they're selling it on the internet. That's a huge claim. They were saying it about me, even though I had no website. I had no website. They were just claiming it. And I said, holy shit, what if I had a website?
And so you kind of like just fed into their narrative to benefit you.
Imagine if, like literally right now, imagine if like 10 million Korean men were told that TKYOSAM has a website where he fucks Korean girls, and you had a website where it was just videos of you on your motorcycle.
But then you would
get sales. People would be like, oh, and like sign up. So that's what I did. I made a website that looked really vague. It was like, do you want to see my bonus videos? It's pretty crazy. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna release more videos and like edit them in a way that like, you know, flicks that guitar string. Yeah. And then I'm gonna add fuel to the fire. I hired like virtual assistants to make Facebook accounts with Chinese women as the avatar. Oh my god! And then I would message the media. David Bond, I met him and he filmed me. Oh my god, David Bond, I saw him and like. Oh my god! I did this a lot. And the thing is, the media, they were like, yes, we can talk about him again. Boom! I'm in magazines. They're fucking David Bond. He releases his private video collection. Oh. And if, this is the thing about these stupid media sites is they won't like give facts. They'll say things like many people speculate that, but then they'll use that as a evidence.
Yeah, Taiwan journalism, you guys got to get better, man, because you guys suck. Also, English Taiwan newspaper, fucking Corey, you know who you are. I think his name's Corey. Yeah. The guy that we were talking to, that we got friends with. Uh-huh. You got to open up that comment section again and just have some better spam filters, because I hate going there and not being able to type a comment in. Mm-hmm. Taiwan has some of the most fun, interesting news ever. Anyway, yeah, continue. So you're like...
So basically, it's like... This is how I think about it, okay? Yeah. Imagine... I always like to think about in terms that all of us would understand as Westerners. Yeah. Let's say there was some crazy, like, super racist town in Texas. Let's just call it, like, you know...
Raceville.
Let's just call it, like, Cowboy Town. Okay? And in Cowboy Town, everyone's really racist, okay? Uh-huh. So any story of a black guy doing anything bad is going to sell fucking crazy. It's, you know, the papers are going to fly off the shelves. Yep. Right? Because everyone's going to be like, I told you, you see them. So now let's say you're aware of this. You could go there as a black guy and, like, just film you with some girls, and then maybe have social media accounts lie and say that you're doing things that you're not doing. Yeah. And then it's like a symbiotic relationship. The media is like, yes, this is the greatest story. You're going to be famous. And they think that they're hurting you by talking bad about you. Yeah. Because most Asian brains think save face, shame. So they think, oh, if we say bad things about him, that'll be justice. Because in our head, when people say bad things about someone in Hong Kong, they curl up and they fucking crawl into a ball and they're like in pain.
Yeah.
Because of the shame. I don't care about the shame because I have a different brain. You know, I have a different cultural like matrix in my mind.
Yeah.
I don't live there, so I don't give a shit. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, long story short is like outrage marketing is essentially exploiting cultural narratives, and you're using the media, you're using other people's outrage to drive interest in what you're doing.
But Dave, aren't you afraid that like if those people don't pay attention to what really is going on about how you're not really exploiting women and how you're not really a bad guy, but then they think of you as a bad guy?
What'd she say?
She said, "Be quiet," but I'm not going to change. Anyway,
Well, we can be a little quieter.
I just want to make sure the mic picks it up.
You can hold
Anyway, fuck it, it's fine. We'll be out of here soon. We can move somewhere else. So like, but Dave, like, you know, it seems like all these social media places are banning people, and they won't follow your story either. You know, like, aren't you afraid that Google or Facebook's going to be like, well, we got enough complaints, and you seem like kind of
You're correct, and that's partly why I have stopped. In 2016, I made my big reveal, which I wrote an article for Next Shark titled "How I Make a Living Trolling the Media."
Yeah.
And it was a huge expose of me showing screenshots of all my. I mean, it was a big confession that said, "Hey, I'm doing this over and over and over, and no, it's so funny." And I'm like, I started feeling like I can't scale. You can't scale being a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because like if I had like 5 million subscribers and I'm bad, I'd be walking around the street and getting all these attacks all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So eventually, I was like, I revealed it. And it was so fucking funny when I revealed it because my most recent victim was I trolled Korea. I posted fake screenshots of I had a boarding ticket. That was old, and I just like changed the date. And I was like posting on social media like going to Korea.
Yeah.
And then I did a trailer for a fake Korea guide that like implied that it was gonna be like me banging a bunch of chicks. And the Korean media, they ate it up. They fucking ate it up. And I made like $8,000 in 2 weeks.
Fuck.
Because they were just like, David Bond, the bad man, he's coming to Korea, he's gonna do all the bad things. And it's like, I basically just told them what to say.
Yeah.
I just like, and they just said it to the whole country. And it was like, this is so, and I wasn't even in Korea. I was like in my fucking ghetto, I was in my ghetto ass apartment in Thailand. And I started like I was like looking at my PayPal explode. And I'm like, I'm pushing buttons and manipulating entire media outlets in foreign countries by just lying. Like, this is so, like, what is going on, you know? And it was so stupid. It was like a magician, and I was like, God, this trick is so good. I have to tell people. And then I just told him, like, okay, I give up. I'm not going to do it anymore because I don't want to do this anymore. So, short answer is I stopped. I stopped because it's not. I am worried. I don't want to be a bad guy. I don't want everyone to know.
Well, you're not a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the things, I guess, like, why I like... I mean, my whole thing is, like, never judge somebody, no matter what anyone says, until you meet them. Except, like, maybe people like Hitler. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you hear about somebody's cousin from a bunch of times about how he's killing their people in Europe. You gotta kind of, you know... But when it comes to people that, like, have never met anyone, that just see, like, their videos online, you know, you gotta really... Anyway, these people keep giving us the stink eye. Can we get out of here, Dave? I'm scared.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, teleport time. Teleport.
Do you want to...
Do it with me, Dave. Do it with me. Yeah. Shit. That old lady was yelling at me. I didn't like it. I don't like when old ladies yell at me. Hey! Anyway, I want to give a big special thank you to Dave Bond, my broski from another Moski. Do me a favor, if any of you guys want to learn more about David, getting around in Asia, having sex with beautiful women that are also Asian, and just want to know how to be a badass, go over and check out his most recent video. I'm going to link it at the end of this. And anyway, guys, do me a favor and that go over to his most recent video, and I want you guys to spam comment, "You stole my dad, give me my dad back," and we'll know what that means.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
And anyway, thanks for coming all the way to Tokyo just to meet me, Dave. You're sunshine in the middle of a bunch of rainstorms.
Oh, man. Appreciate it.
It's a brother from another mother. Thanks so much, man. You're the best. Oh. Anyway, guys, go check out David Bond. He's the shit. Say something funny. 向かってくるのかこのディオ様に向かってくるのか
There's no autofocus?
Yeah, you just gotta hold it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it sucks for that. バディ向かってくるのかこのディオ